This is how you think this kind of video might start, right? Cute cat, cup of tea, a typewriter. Well, this is definitely not how the challenge started for me, but I will get back to that later. First, I will explain how the challenge works. This challenge is run by the Literal Challenge and it's called Like the Prose, in which you try and write 30 short stories in 30 days. There are 2 routes and I am on the timed route. There's also a relaxed route where you just write 30 stories within 30 days, but for everyone in the timed group, you have 36 hours to complete each story. So each day starts from the day before at 10 o'clock at night, and the deadline is the next day at after 10 a.m. This accommodates for all writing styles and routines, I think. So that's where we're starting, and now I shall hand you over to me on day 2. Day 1 was a little busier than expected. I spent the whole day thinking about the prompt and writing little bits here and there, but then I had D&D, surprise D&D, in the evening. I had like a bunch of other stuff to do. I had to send some stuff for a video, probably the last video that you've seen, that obviously works during the day. Like, my mind's a blank just because I've just been doing so much. I almost can't remember what I'm doing. Anyway, I was gonna add in like a cute shot when I was doing my first little bit of writing, being like, here's me and my laptop, looking cute, looking like a little author tuber, and no. What actually happened when I was writing the first story was I wrote a little bit before bed, gave up, set my alarm for 6:15, which is not normal for me, and then with 10-minute intervals of me falling asleep whilst doing it, sat up in bed and wrote to the end of the story and got the story in before 7, all without getting out of bed, all without lifting my head. Yeah. So, not the most romantic, enthusiastic, encouraging start. But today I actually was in a real life cafe sitting down, and I wrote for the first time inside a cafe for over a year. I used to constantly write in cafes, constantly. I found the inspiration was almost there. Like, the inspiration actually came from a terrible, terrible cover of Imagine by John Lennon in the cafe that I was in. And it inspired me to write a story with a very cynical character. Yeah. So, yes, I've started the story, the second story, and I'm gonna finish it off tonight. Hopefully before I go to sleep. But yeah, no super romantic, super together looking clips of me writing just yet. Maybe that'll happen at some point this month. The footage you're about to see is a reconstruction. The phone involved wishes to remain anonymous, so a prop phone has been used in its place. Between the days of June 3rd and June 14th of this writing challenge, Charlie Airy committed this heinous act, desperately writing into the night using the most inferior of creative writing instruments, the mobile phone. It will take something dramatic to break this terrible cycle. 2 days before my birthday, my first migraine. Though, honestly, it wasn't the worst. I did get to lay in bed and listen to Clara and the Sun in the dark. Oh, and I used a text-to-speech app to write a truly, truly terrible story that day. Miraculously, I was recovered enough to enjoy my birthday, which you might have seen in my most recent video, and if you haven't, please head over and have a look. It's fab, even if I do say so myself. For the next few days, and it's the 20th, and I decided to dust off the old typewriter, and in doing so procrastinated by finding out I had been using it wrong for 10 years. And now it is much more fuss-free to write on my typewriter, so silver linings. But seriously, I really do like writing on a typewriter. It's very tactile and internet-free. I've always wanted an excuse to use it more, so yeah, I'm starting to feel more positive about the challenge, and now I'm looking forward to the last 10 days.
So, I just got an email from the people that do the challenge saying that I didn't hand in yesterday's prompt, and I wrote yesterday on my typewriter, as you just saw, and I wrote it up and put it on Facebook because I've been putting all of my things at the end of the week up on Facebook for people to look at if they want to. And I swore that I submitted it and I didn't. So I have officially failed the challenge and I'm really upset. I'm so upset with myself. But I'm gonna keeping on because you get automatically changed to a route that's basically a more relaxed route where you can submit, and as long as you submit 30 stories within 30 days, that's fine, and it's not having to submit by 10 a.m. each morning. But yeah, I'm gonna try and just stay on that and just keep submitting every day before 10 a.m. and still keep this challenge going because I don't want to not do that. I've essentially lost a bet with myself, so the money that I put in at the start goes to Like the Prose, which not a problem for me. It's great to like help fund them, but yeah, I it's the challenge. I want to finish it. I'm gonna finish it, and I want to keep doing it every single day, and yeah, just keep on top of it. And I think maybe from now on, instead of getting a little email saying you submitted on time, ooh, you're keeping up with the challenge, I might just pop a little snippet on here of the last 10 days as I submit as a little yay. And hopefully I do keep on top of it, and yeah, I think maybe I just need that little bit of extra motivation because I'm so down on myself right now. So I just finished today's story. It was around fantasy, so I actually picked up an old idea, a very old idea, which was nice. Yeah, it's nice to sort of go through ideas that I've abandoned and kind of go, why not? You know, it's only a day, it's only a short piece of writing, and just giving it a go. I kind of have a blurry idea of the characters that I once had, so I'd be interested to look back at the initial idea I had and see how it's changed in what I wrote today. I'm going to go to bed now. I would like to start writing and finishing earlier in the day, but we'll see if it actually happens.
Viewer, it happened. I started writing in the morning. It only took 23 days, but I finally reached that peaceful morning that we started the video with.
My first morning stint is done. It's taken me a while to get to this point. The hardest bit was honestly just getting off bed earlier. But yeah, after that, it felt pretty normal. So I guess I'd recommend it because now I've got this story done. Yeah, I'm gonna see how much time I have actually and see if I do the other story for tomorrow. So I'm having a cheeky lunchtime sesh today, writing wise, that is. And yeah, because I woke up this morning, and I did wake up early, but I just wanted to relax. That hasn't happened in a while, just having time to relax, so I did that. And yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit right now. Might not finish it, but it gives me a good head start. Gives me half an hour. Yeah. Also, I'm gonna stick with the typewriter for now, I think. It's nice to play around with it, for one. It's nice to get off my phone, because that's not where I want to write. I usually write on paper, but for prose I feel like I'm trying to crack out so many words that it doesn't quite work the same way as poetry. So yeah. And I have wanted to kind of write on my typewriter properly. So if this goes well, maybe I will try and write my first novel on the typewriter and be nice and distraction free, because Lord knows we all need a little bit of that. Hello, it is day 26 and I had to write my story this morning. I kind of just took a day off yesterday. I squeezed one in before 10 a.m. this morning. I knew that I would do it. Though it was very plotty, so it did take some time, because we were writing the kind of pulp fiction thing, which I had my own fun with and made it a little queerer. But yeah, that was fun. I ended up finishing it on the metro on the way to Newcastle, which is why I'm very tired right now, because I've had a long day in town doing some essential shopping, including an SD card, because I keep just filming so much that I need micro SD for my phone, which is where I film. Yes, very tired. But today, obviously, is going to be a two-story day. I finished mine this morning, and then I'm going to write one this evening. It's mid-afternoon right now, and yeah, I'm feeling alright about that one. It's going to be more of a fun writing exercise than a story. That's what it feels like. Obviously, this is a prose challenge, not necessarily a short story challenge, but I've kind of taken it as a short story challenge, so yeah, I'm going to be writing from the viewpoint of an animal, namely like one of my pets, one of my cats. So I'm going to choose either which one or do a little bit of both. Maybe I'll do a little bit of both. That sounds like fun. But yeah, very tired. Bit of a revert back to lying in bed thinking about what I'm going to write, rather than just getting out and doing it. But yeah, I kind of did get up and do it, but just the day after. With the wrong deadline, I guess. It's like middle of the afternoon on a Sunday. I went for a coffee and picked up my library card, which I'm very excited about, this morning. So yeah, had a more or less chill day. I've actually been sorting out videos for what you're watching right now, and now I have sat down for my writing. I would like for the last few days though to do morning writing, because I think that is a good time of day for me, where I feel less burdened by whatever else I need to do that day. I think it's the best place for me to steal time. So yeah, hopefully I can do that for the last few days of the challenge, but for today it's just some afternoon writing on some unfamiliar technology. I'm not used to writing on a laptop, to be honest, unless it's an essay or unless I'm being very experimental and I need a lot of space to move things around. My creative work is usually poetry and has been for years, and I've always done that pretty much in a notebook in a cafe. That's been me. So writing on a laptop is strange for me, but the challenge today involves me needing to get to at least 1,000 words as a little sort of bonus thing, and I want to do that. So I need an easy way to count my words rather than hoping that I get the right amount of words per page or figuring out or asking Google or something like that. So I'm just going to do it the most reliable way I know how on a laptop. So yes, and now I just need to find my inspiration. Hello, I am in my living room now because it's more cozy. Yeah, I've started writing something and it's gone very poemy, prosy poemy, maybe. I'm a bit wary of going too far that way, otherwise I would just end up writing a prose poem. And this is prose. This is a prose challenge. I can't go messing around with my poetic sensibilities. So yes, I'm trying to find a way to bring it back to earth. We will see if that happens. I think I'm gonna be slowly writing this. I've got probably 200 words. So I need to get on with it. But I might sort of dip in and out of this throughout the evening. And yeah, I'm probably gonna go make some food now. I guess that's important. So yeah, hopefully the next time I speak to you I will have done it, and it won't be too late. We'll see. It is done. It is 10 p.m, but I'm not laying down in bed, and I've just finished and sent off. So I think that means I only have 3 left, which is crazy. So yes, there's no excuse for me not to give it a good go and do at least some of the writing in the morning when I wake up. So I'm gonna go and watch some Motherland, which is amazing, and fall asleep. Okay, see you tomorrow. I'm awake, it's morning, and I'm writing. I've changed medium again. I'm getting my old trusty notebook out because, I don't know, I just wanted to sit somewhere different. So I'm sat, this is where I usually work. So yeah, got some breakfast. And yeah, I'm just gonna get cracking. I'll check in with you afterwards, I guess. I almost forgot to check in, so I finished, handed it in mid-evening. I'm okay with it. I think I've been a bit down today, so my mood kind of leaked into the work, which can be good, but it can also kind of distract from me creating something solid and creative, as opposed to more journaling what's going on in my head right now. So yeah, not the best, not the most creative, not the most fiction-y. It was a bit more non-fiction than anything. But again, this is a prose challenge, not a short story challenge, even though I've kind of made it into a short story challenge for myself. So yeah, I am going to, curl up and read a book now. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow morning. Tomorrow is the day that I go into work, so waking up beforehand will be fun. And after work I have D&D, so I kind of do need to wake up early and finish it and get it in tomorrow morning. So that's gonna be fun. Good morning. I'm just about to start writing and eating my breakfast. I'm gonna write on my phone today because I'm gonna have it with me at work, obviously, and I can sort of finish it off in dribs and drabs because I highly doubt that I'm going to finish it. Now, I'm revisiting an old story. That's the prompt today. So that's going to be really fun, I think. I think I know which one I'm doing, which is going to be a bit of a Victorian lesbian romance. Good morning. This is the last day of the challenge. I'm kind of glad that it is, because it's been such a long month and a short one in some respects. To put something in perspective, I started working full time after having worked 4 days a week this month, as well as trying to write a short story every day and have fun at the weekends and make these videos as well. So I'm feeling quite tired now, and I think I might take a little break for myself, at least a couple of days, where my free time is my free time. So yeah, I do want to keep writing every day though, definitely. But this morning I am going to finish writing the story that I meant to finish yesterday, that I started yesterday morning, because I played D&D. My character's in a love triangle now, by the looks of it. That's fun. And I had it on my phone, so I'm going to finish writing on my phone. And then, for the last story, there's a little finch outside my window. I think you might have just heard it. So yes, I am going to finish writing the story on my phone, and then I'm going to move to my typewriter to, give this challenge a good send-off. Obviously I didn't officially complete it, but I will unofficially complete it with the timed aspect of it as well, which I think is quite important to me, that it's about writing every day and not just about writing a certain amount of stories in a month, because I know if I did that I would just cram them into the end of the month rather than actually be consistent with my writing, which is what I want to teach myself. Now I need to finish the stories. I'm obviously gonna finish this story this morning, hopefully get a start on the other one, but I do not expect myself to finish it this morning. I will start something and then try and finish it this evening. I don't think I have anything this evening. I hope I don't have anything this evening. And then afterwards I'm going to pick up a book and read, because I've not read enough this month really, because I've been so focused on writing in my spare time, and I need to find that balance again. So yes. Hello, it is the last day. My hair looks a bit like our Prime Minister's. I have my typewriter, I've got my tea, and I am ready to get going. It is done. I'm very happy. I even still just have an hour before I start work, so I can just chill and do what the hell I want. Yep. I did it. Yeah, it hasn't sunk in yet, obviously, but I will talk more about it later on and do some reflection today. I've had a night of rest. It's the 2nd of July and I am thoroughly finished, and now I have my thoughts to give you. I have a little list here just so I don't miss my own thoughts. So the whole month, on reflection, kind of feels like an act of stoicism, to be honest, because it was really hard. I used to write all the time. I used to write casually. I would get up, roll out of bed, roll into a cafe, do some writing. It felt so easy. And this is really hard. But in that it felt satisfying in that I was, I was doing something that was difficult, but I definitely wanted to do it, and that's what kept me really going. And actually, at the point where I officially, technically lost, I felt more driven somehow. Like, no, this isn't about me getting my little bit of money back. This isn't about, getting that little stamp of approval. It's about doing it for myself. And obviously, I still got the little stamp of approval because I did finish it. I'm really glad that I did it and that I continued on my own time doing the timed route and getting them all in before 10 a.m. the next day, because that adds that little extra bit of satisfaction for me, I guess. What I found, usually after these sorts of things, I will not feel much afterwards. I'll just like, it's done, I'll move on with my life. But I actually had this little moment of like excitement for future projects, which was a great feeling, to feel like really motivated, to be like, oh, the release of not having to think of a new idea every single day, but then also on the flip side, being so excited to pursue the ideas that I've had for ages and feel like, yeah, I can write every day. Like, it's hard, but I can do it and it will get easier. That was a really good feeling to have, and I'm definitely going to keep going with that and try and keep up that feeling. I'm definitely having a break this weekend, well earned break, but I think from Monday I'm gonna try wake up early as I have done and start on the novel idea, maybe even start on like 2 ideas that I have held in my mind for a long time, because I'm not a prose writer, I'm a poet, so prose projects seem strange to me, and it's something that I'm gonna have to learn very quickly to do. But maybe having 2 projects side by side, when I am bored to tears of the one, I can jump to the other and just kind of go between. I can already see one being more of like the serious project and the other being more fun. Yeah, playful, I guess. They'll both be fun with any hope. I think also with the morning thing, I have come across morning pages before, which, if you haven't come across, it's kind of put forward as like a mindfulness thing, but a lot of writers also do it, in that you wake up in the morning and literally the first thing you do before anything, before you switch on the kettle, sometimes even before you get out of bed, you sit down or sit up in bed and write 3 pages non-stop and get those out, because I think it's a practice of clearing your mind, seeing where your mind is at. You might use it creatively that day, or it might just be the exercise of writing, and I think that's a good way to just get used to the craft of writing and build on that idea of your voice and how you write when it's just for you and not for a specific audience. It's just the words that come out of your brain at that point. Yeah, I think I've done that once or twice, but I think that sort of thing might be good for me as well. We will see if I can sort of just jump straight into the project that I want to, or whether I should do a little bit of warming up with morning pages. What this challenge has also given me is a newfound respect for short stories. Not that I didn't respect or enjoy short stories before, but I also, in this project, one by chance and one on purpose, I picked up 2 short story books. One because with the Society of Young Publishers, they have a book club, and they are reading this book this month, the BB National Short Story Award of 2020. It's a fab book so far, I'm really enjoying it. I'm reading that one more than this one. I've read a couple from here and enjoyed it, but from this book, I've read it a few more because the book club is next Tuesday, and I'm loving it. And I think actually The foreword. I see reading a foreword as a kind of duty, you know, to the person that wrote it, because they did put the effort in to write a foreword. But this time I really enjoyed the foreword and got something out of it, because obviously it's Jonathan Friedland who wrote the foreword, and he speaks about it with such passion and talks about how, like, a short story is something you must consume all in one go. It sort of evokes this older sense of storytelling where you sit down, you know, by the fire and you're told a story all in one. It's there all laid out for you, start to finish. And I really love the idea of that. So I would recommend not only this book, but its foreword, which is something I've not done before. I always thought it would kind of suit me in some way, because coming from the poet side, it's sort of cutting out as many words as possible with poetry could also lend itself in the same way to short stories, trying to get that real, like, crystalline sentence structure. And yeah, recommend heartily the people that put together this challenge, which is the literal challenge, and this challenge is called Like the Prose. They also do 28 plays later, and they might do another one. I'll have to look it up, but I'll put all that information down below. But they're fantastic. They're a small team, and you can tell that, and it's just such a nice vibe, and you can really sort of get to know the people that both run it and, like, the other people that sort of turn up to the Zoom calls and stuff like that. I just really loved it. I just really enjoyed it. I did it a couple of years back, the 28 plays later. I came back for more, and I think I will do it, one of these again, like, in the future as well, because obviously it really put me through my paces, but those prompts are fantastic. They really kept me going. I just think everyone should try something like this if they're a writer. Just do something to really, like, push yourself. If you hated it, once it's over, and you still get that little stamp of approval. And if you really enjoy it, then hey, it might have changed your writing routine for the better. A glowing review, really, despite the hardship and despite being very glad that it's over. Very much worth it. Very much worth it. And I'm excited to see where my prose writing will go in future, I guess. Yeah. If you enjoyed this video, obviously please subscribe, comment and tell me all about short stories that you like, because I'd love to read some more short stories. Share the good word, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks.